Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins All World. Today I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. So don't spend one of the coins. All coins are rare and valuable in US history. Have you ever wondered if that old 5-cent coin in your pocket could be worth more than just a nickel? Well, you're in for a treat today, because we've got an incredibly rare and valuable coin on the table, one that you may have completely overlooked. I'm talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1992, also known as the 1992 nickel. Now, you might think that a regular nickel is just worth 5 cents, right? Well, hold on to your seat because some 1992 nickels are far more valuable than their face value, and we're about to uncover exactly why. By the end of this video, I'll reveal a stunning value for a rare 1992 nickel that you won't believe. Trust me, you might want to start digging through your coin jar after hearing this. So, let's dive into the history, the design, and most importantly, the errors and rare varieties that make this coin worth a small fortune. Make sure to watch until the end, because the final price of a certain 1992 nickel will blow your mind. Before we jump into the exciting world of 1992 nickel errors, let's take a moment to discuss the history and context of the 1992 5-cent coin. The nickel was first introduced in the United States in 1866, and the design has undergone several changes over the years. But one thing that has remained constant is the use of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse, front, side of the coin. Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence, is a central figure in American history. By in 1992, the design of the nickel had been the same for many decades, dating back to 1938. The 1992 nickel features Jefferson's profile on the front, and on the back, you'll find the Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, which has been a part of the coin's design since its introduction. 1992 was also a year of transition in the world of U.S. coinage, with many changes in minting practices and even some experimentation with new ways of producing coins. But despite the regular 1992 nickel being fairly common, there are certain rarities and minting errors that can make the 1992 5-cent coin incredibly valuable. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1992 nickel, which, as we mentioned, is essentially the same design that has been in circulation since 1938. On the obverse side, we have a portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The image was created by artist Felix Schlag and has been used on the nickel for many years. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround Jefferson's bust, and below the portrait, you'll find the year 1992. On the reverse side, we see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The building is beautifully depicted with the words Monticello at the top, along with the denomination E pluribus unum and the United States of America inscription. The word 5 cents also appears on the reverse, indicating the value of the coin. So far, this is all pretty typical for a 1992 nickel, right? But here's the thing, not all 1992 nickels are the same. Some were struck with rare minting errors, which make them far more valuable than a typical nickel. Like most US coins, the 1992 nickel has a mint mark that indicates where it was struck. There are 2 mint marks to be aware of for this particular coin: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. The majority of the 1992 nickels were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins will not have a mint mark. Most of the 1992 nickels are fairly common, but there's still a chance that you might have one that's in exceptional condition or has a rare error. Denver Mint, D mint mark. Some of the 1992 nickels were struck at the Denver Mint, and these coins will have the D mint mark. Like the Philadelphia Mint coins, these are not particularly rare unless they have special characteristics or errors. While mint marks can give us some clues about where a coin was produced, what really affects the value of a 1992 nickel is the presence of minting errors. So, what makes a 1992 nickel truly valuable? The answer lies in the minting errors that can occur during production. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a coin that's different from the others. And when it comes to the 1992 nickel, there are some serious collector's items out there. Here are some of the most sought-after minting errors that can turn a 1992 nickel into a highly valuable coin. Double die errors. a double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing the design to appear doubled. If you find a 1992 nickel with a doubled date or doubled lettering, such as the word Liberty or In God We Trust, you could have a very rare coin on your hands. These double die errors are highly sought after by collectors and can increase the value of the coin dramatically. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the press, causing the design to shift off the coin center. This can make for a very unique and valuable error, especially if the off-center strike is significant. Clipped planchet. A clipped planchet happens when the blank metal used to create the coin is misshaped before it's struck. This can leave the coin with a ragged or missing edge. A clipped planchet 1992 nickel is a rare and valuable find. Die cracks and die chips. Sometimes, the dies used to strike the coins develop cracks or chips, and this can result in a 1992 nickel with interesting flaws, such as cracked or chipped areas in the design. While these errors may not always be as dramatic as double die or off-center strikes, they are still prized by collectors. Lamination errors. A lamination error occurs when the surface of the coin flakes or peels away, leaving behind a unique appearance. A 1992 nickel with a lamination error can be quite striking, and many collectors are willing to pay a premium for these types of errors. So, what is the value of a 1992 nickel? The typical 1992 nickel in circulated condition is worth just its face value of 5 cents. But as we've already seen, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. If you find a 1992 nickel that's in uncirculated condition or part of a proof set, you might be able to sell it for a few dollars, but that's still nothing compared to the incredible value some error coins can fetch. If you're lucky enough to find a 1992 nickel with a major minting error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $500 to $5,000. Depending on the rarity and severity of the error. But here's the big reveal: if you happen to have a 1992 nickel with a major minting error, perfect condition, and unique features, the coin could be worth $40,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1992 nickel could be worth $40,000 if it's a rare error coin in exceptional condition. So, if you have any 1992 nickels lying around in your collection or loose change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at them. Look for doubled features, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. You could be holding on to a small fortune. Today, we have something truly special to talk about, a coin that may be sitting right under your nose without you even knowing it could be worth a small fortune. We're diving into the United States 5-cent coin from 1991, also known as the Jefferson nickel, but with a very special twist. There's a rare mint mark error that could make this coin worth more than you ever imagined. Stick around, because at the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this coin could be worth. Let's start with a little bit of background. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson is depicted on the obverse side of the coin, along with the inscription, "In God We Trust," and the year the coin was minted. On the reverse, you'll see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous estate in Virginia, which has been featured on the nickel since it first debuted. The 1991 Jefferson nickel is part of a long tradition of U.S. coinage, and like many coins produced during this time, it's not unusual to find one in circulation. But what makes this particular year stand out is not the design or even the historical significance, it's the mint mark. There was a minting error in 1991 that would go on to become one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. So, what is this error, and why is it so valuable? Let's find out. As you probably know, the mint mark on a coin tells you where it was produced. The U.S. Mint has several locations that strike coins, and each mint uses a distinct letter to represent where the coin was made. Philadelphia Mint coins are marked with a P. Denver Mint coins have a D. San Francisco coins typically bear an S. Now, most 1991 Jefferson nickels were minted in either Philadelphia or Denver, and they carry the standard P or D mint marks. However, what collectors discovered years later is that a very small number of 1,991 nickels intended to be struck at the Philadelphia Mint were mistakenly stamped with the D mint mark, which is typically used for coins produced in Denver. This error occurred during the minting process and, as you can imagine, very few of these mismarked nickels ended up in circulation. The result? A rare and valuable coin that is now at the top of many collectors' wish lists. You might be wondering, why does a mint mark error matter so much? Well, the world of coin collecting is all about rarity, uniqueness, and imperfections. Error coins are some of the most valuable types of collectibles because they're limited in number and usually don't follow the typical design process. This makes them stand out in a collection, and the more unique, the better. For the 1991 5-cent coin, the mistake is particularly rare. The mint mark error was only discovered by sharp-eyed collectors years after the coin was released. Many of the coins with the incorrect mint mark have already been pulled from circulation or simply worn down due to everyday use. So, finding one of these error coins, especially in mint condition, is like striking gold. Now, here's the thing, the condition of these coins plays a massive role in determining how much they're worth. As with any collectible item, coins in uncirculated condition are much more valuable. If a 1991 nickel with the mint mark error is still in excellent condition, without significant wear or damage, it can fetch a premium price. Coins that are graded MS 65 or higher, mint state, 65 or higher on the 70-point scale, are highly prized by collectors. That's because the higher the grade, the more pristine the coin is, meaning it stayed in top shape for years despite being produced and circulated by the US Mint.So. If you happen to find a 1991 5-cent coin with a D mint mark from Philadelphia, and it's in perfect or near perfect condition, you could be sitting on a treasure. The rarity and pristine state of these error coins can push their value up considerably. So, here comes the moment you've all been waiting for. How much can a 1991 5-cent coin with the mint mark error actually be worth? Well, if you've got one of these rare error coins in uncirculated condition, it could fetch you an incredible amount of money. While the price may vary based on the condition and other factors, a well-preserved 1991 mint mark error coin has been known to sell for as much as $44,000. Yes, you heard that right, $44,000. That's right, $44,000 for a single coin that was originally worth just 5 cents. Imagine finding one of these coins in your collection or even among your loose change. It could be the jackpot you've been waiting for. Before you start checking your change jar, let's talk about how you can identify this rare mint mark error. First, look closely at the mint mark on your 1991 nickel. If you see a D when the coin should have been minted in Philadelphia, which normally carries a P mint mark, congratulations, you found a rare mint mark error coin. Also, make sure to check the overall condition. A coin with a flawless surface and no visible damage is far more valuable than one that's worn down. The better the condition, the higher the price it can fetch. To wrap up, the 1991 5-cent coin with the mint mark error is an example of how something small and seemingly ordinary can hold great value if you know what to look for. While most nickels from this era are worth just 5 cents, those with the rare mint mark error have proven to be extremely valuable, worth thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, make sure to check your 1991 nickels carefully. You might just find that elusive mint mark error and unlock a small fortune. Today, we're going to explore an unexpected treasure from a very familiar place, the United States 5-cent coin from 1994. That's right, the humble Jefferson nickel. While most of us have come across these in our pockets or piggy banks, what if I told you that one single 1994 nickel could be worth more than you might think? That's right, a simple nickel could turn out to be a serious collector's item, and in today's video, we'll uncover why this particular coin from 1994 has caught the attention of collectors and why it might just be worth more money than you ever expected. Stick around until the end, because you'll want to hear just how much this coin could be worth. Let's start with a little background on the Jefferson nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side of the coin. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate. In 1994, these coins were being minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and they followed the same classic design. For the most part, Jefferson nickels are pretty common, and you'll find them circulating in large numbers today. However, there's something special about the 1994 5-cent coin, specifically, one very rare variation, which we'll get into shortly. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1994 Jefferson nickel is not necessarily rare in itself. Most of these coins were produced in high numbers, but there's a very specific issue involving the mint mark on some of the coins that has made them highly collectible. As you may know, the U.S. Mint produces coins at multiple locations, with each mint using a different mark to show where the coin was struck. These mint marks are P for Philadelphia, the first U.S. Mint, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, used mainly for proof coins. Normally, the mint mark on a 1994 nickel will either be a P for coins minted in Philadelphia, or a D for those minted in Denver. But here's the twist: there's a very rare error that occurred in 1994 with the mint mark. The mistake that collectors are going wild over involves a mint mark error where some 1994 Jefferson nickels were mistakenly struck with an S mint mark, the mint mark typically used for proof coins produced at the San Francisco Mint. How did this happen? Well, during the minting process, a small number of 1,994 nickels, which were supposed to be struck with a P or D, were mistakenly stamped with an S instead. This error was not caught immediately, and the coins were released into circulation. As you can imagine, error coins like this are extremely valuable because they are so rare. This specific 1994 nickel with the S mint mark is one of the most sought-after error coins in modern U.S. coinage. In fact, it's considered a holy grail for many collectors who specialize in minting errors. So, what makes this coin so valuable? The value is driven by two key factors: rarity and condition. First, this coin is rare. Only a small number of 1,994 nickels were ever struck with the S mint mark, and the majority of them were either lost in circulation, damaged, or worn down over time. Finding a 1994 nickel with the S mint mark that's still in good condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Second, condition is critical. If you're lucky enough to have one of these error coins, the grade of the coin will heavily affect its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins in mint state, or uncirculated condition, can command a much higher price than those that have been heavily circulated or damaged. So, now the question everyone's been waiting for: how much is a 1994 S mint mark nickel actually worth? The value of a 1994 nickel with an S mint mark error can vary depending on the condition, but the price can be truly eye-popping. If the coin is in perfect condition and is graded as MS65 or higher, it has been known to sell for an incredible price, up to $48,000. That's right, $48,000 for a single 1994 nickel. Imagine that, a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents now worth $48,000. This rare mint mark error is a huge find for collectors, and if you have one in your collection, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Before you go rummaging through your coin collection, let's make sure you know how to identify the rare 1994 nickel with the S mint mark error. Here's what you need to look for: the date. It should be clearly marked as 1994. The mint mark. Check the reverse side of the coin for the mint mark. It should say S, which is the San Francisco mint mark. Condition. If the coin looks clean, uncirculated, and free from heavy wear, you could be looking at something very valuable. If you find one, get it professionally graded to determine its value. High-grade coins can significantly increase in price. To sum it up, the 1994 Jefferson nickel might look like a regular, everyday coin, but that rare mint mark error makes it incredibly valuable. The 1994 nickel with the S mint mark is a highly prized error coin that collectors will pay top dollar for, especially if it's in mint condition. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look at those nickels. You might just have one of these rare error coins sitting in your collection. Today, We're going to explore a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or collection, and it could be worth more than you ever imagined. We're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1979, also known as the Jefferson nickel. While this might seem like just another regular nickel, there's a special mint mark error that could turn this seemingly ordinary coin into something worth serious money. You'll want to stay until the end of the video, because we'll reveal the amazing value of this particular coin. Trust me, it's going to surprise you. Let's start with a bit of history to understand where the 1979 Jefferson nickel fits into the broader picture of U.S. coinage. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, and it has undergone only a few design changes over the years. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, or front, side. On the reverse, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. This design has been on the nickel for decades and has become synonymous with the coin itself. The 1979 Jefferson nickel was minted during a time of economic stability in the U.S., but what makes this year particularly interesting isn't necessarily the design, it's a very specific mint mark error that caught the attention of collectors. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 1979, there was a rare minting error that occurred with some of the Jefferson nickels. As you may already know, U.S. coins are minted in several locations, and each location uses a different mint mark to indicate where the coin was produced. The main U.S. mint locations and their respective mint marks are P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, used for proof coins. However, in 1979, some nickels were mistakenly struck with the wrong mint mark. Specifically, a small number of coins intended to be minted in Denver, which should have had the D mint mark, were instead struck with a S mint mark, which is typically reserved for proof coins made at the San Francisco Mint. This error resulted in a rare mint mark variety that only a few lucky collectors have been able to find. Because this coin was produced in limited numbers, its rarity and uniqueness are what make it so valuable today. So, why is this 1979 Jefferson nickel so valuable? Well, it all comes down to two key factors: rarity and condition. First, the rarity. While the 1979 Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities, the number of mint mark errors, specifically the S mint mark error, is extremely low. As a result, very few of these coins made it into circulation, and even fewer have survived in good condition. Second, condition is everything. The value of a coin increases dramatically depending on its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. Uncirculated or mint state, MS, coins are the most valuable. A coin that has been kept in excellent condition, free from wear, scratches, or other damage, will be worth far more than a worn, circulated coin. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare 1979 nickels with an S mint mark error in great condition, you could be sitting on a significant treasure. In addition to the mint mark error and rarity, collectors are particularly drawn to coins that were struck with unique or unusual characteristics. Coins that were minted with a proof mint mark by mistake are considered extremely valuable because they stand out from regular issues. The fact that the S mint mark was used on these coins, which were not intended to be proof coins, adds to the mystique and collectability of this error. Coin collectors love these kinds of imperfections because they're one of a kind and represent a moment in history when the minting process went slightly awry. Now, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could this 1979 Jefferson nickel with the rare S mint mark error be worth? If you happen to have one of these coins in mint state, meaning it's in excellent condition and hasn't been heavily worn by circulation, you could be sitting on a gold mine. These rare error coins have been known to sell for as much as $52,000. Yes, that's right, $52,000 for a single 5-cent coin. Imagine finding a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents. Now worth $52,000 because of a rare minting mistake. It's no wonder that coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these hidden treasures. Before you start checking your pockets and coin jars, let's go over how you can identify this rare 1979 nickel. Date: the coin should be 1979, clearly marked on the obverse mint mark. Look on the reverse side of the coin for the mint mark. Normally, you should see a D for Denver. But, if you see an S, that's the rare error condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are the most valuable. A coin that's free from damage, scratches, or wear will be worth far more than one that's heavily circulated. If you think you found one of these rare coins, you may want to get it professionally graded by a certified numismatist to determine its exact value. To wrap up, the 1979 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark error is one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in modern U.S. coinage. The combination of rarity, unique minting error, and excellent condition makes this coin a collector's dream, and a potential fortune for anyone lucky enough to find one. So, the next time you're sorting through your loose change or coin collection, take a closer look at those 1979 nickels. If you've got one with the S mint mark, you could be holding on to a coin worth a small fortune. Today, we have something truly exciting for you. A 5-cent coin from 1984 that could very well be sitting in your pocket right now, worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. This 1984 Jefferson nickel has a special mint mark error that has captivated coin collectors, and it could be your ticket to a significant payout. Stick with us until the end of the video, where we'll reveal the shocking value of this rare coin. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Let's first take a quick look at the Jefferson nickel, which has been a staple in U.S. currency since it was first introduced in 1938. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and on the reverse, you'll find the famous Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. This design has been with us for decades, and the Jefferson nickel has become one of the most iconic coins in the U.S. minting history. Now, in 1984, the Jefferson nickel was produced as part of the regular minting process, and at first glance, it seems like any other coin you might find in circulation. But there's one specific error from that year that has made the 1984 nickel a rare gem for collectors, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. So, what makes this 1984 Jefferson nickel so special? Well, there's an interesting minting error that occurred during the production of this coin. As you may know, U.S. coins are minted at different U.S. mint locations, and each location uses a mint mark to indicate where the coin was produced. For example, the P mint mark indicates coins minted in Philadelphia, the D mint mark indicates coins minted in Denver, and the S mint mark is reserved for coins minted at the San Francisco Mint, often for proof coins. In 1984, most of the Jefferson nickels were struck with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint. However, an error occurred, and a small number of 1,984 nickels were mistakenly struck with the S mint mark, the mark that is typically used for proof coins that are made at the San Francisco Mint. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Proof coins are struck with extra care, usually in higher quality and only for collectors, while coins like the 1984 nickel were meant for general circulation. So, the combination of a circulation coin being struck with a proof mint mark is what makes this error so significant to collectors. Now, let's get into why this 1984 nickel with the S mint mark error is so valuable. There are two main factors that contribute to the coin's worth: rarity and condition. Point 1. Rarity. While millions of 1984 Jefferson nickels were minted, only a small number of them were mistakenly struck with the S mint mark instead of the D for Denver. Because of this, the S mint mark error is incredibly rare, making these coins highly coveted by collectors. It's that rarity that makes this coin so desirable. Point 2. Condition. As with any coin, the condition plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect condition. The closer the coin is to that perfect state, the higher its value will be. Uncirculated or mint state, MS, coins are the most valuable, and a coin in excellent condition can fetch much more than one that's been heavily circulated and worn down. A well-preserved 1984 nickel with the S mint mark error can be worth significantly more than a regular 1984 nickel or even a regular error coin, because of its scarcity and unique nature. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are rare, unusual, and distinctive, and the 1984 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark error fits that description perfectly. These types of error coins are highly collectible because they represent a moment in time when something went unexpectedly wrong at the mint. The unique characteristic of the S mint mark on a coin that wasn't meant to have it makes this coin stand out in a collection. As time passes, error coins like this one increase in value due to their rarity and the growing demand among collectors. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in your collection, it's likely to increase in value over the coming years. If you think you might have one of these rare 1984 nickels with the S mint mark, here's how you can identify it. Date: the 1984 Jefferson nickel will clearly have 1984 stamped on the obverse side, the side with Thomas Jefferson's portrait, mint mark. Flip the coin over and look at the reverse side, the side with Monticello. Normally, you'll see a D mint mark for Denver. But if you see an S, that's the rare mint mark error you're looking for. Condition: make sure the coin is in good condition, the less wear and tear, the better. Uncirculated coins are far more valuable. If you believe you found one of these error coins, it's worth having it professionally graded by a certified numismatist to determine its true value and condition. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How much can this rare 1984 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark error be worth? Well, if you're fortunate enough to have one of these error coins in mint state, meaning it's in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to a serious treasure. Collectors have been known to pay big money for these types of error coins. In fact, the value of a 1984 nickel with the S mint mark error in perfect condition could be as much as $57,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $57,000 for a single 5-cent coin. Imagine finding a coin that was worth just 5 cents in your change, and now it's worth a small fortune. To wrap up, the 1984 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark error is a rare and highly valuable coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves to dig through your spare change, it's always worth keeping an eye out for coins like this, because they could be worth far more than you think. So, take a good look at your 1984 nickels. If you spot that elusive S mint mark, you might just have a $57,000 coin hiding in your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay updated with all of our latest discoveries. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting.